Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today I just want to share my thoughts and stand about some of the issues that are really affecting us Filipinos today. Just like the ghost flood control projects, substandard infrastructures, and higher taxes. These topics may sound a bit technical, but they actually have a huge impact on our everyday lives. So first, let's start with the ghost flood control projects. Honestly, this issue makes me both angry and sad. Imagine millions or even billions of pesos are being allotted for the flood control projects to supposedly protect our community during heavy rains and typhoons. But when you look around, there's nothing. No finished project, no improvements, sometimes not even a signboard. That's what they call the ghost project. The budget disappears, but the budget disappears, but the project never really happens. And what's worse, while those funds go missing, ordinary Filipino continues to suffer. Every time it rains hard, many areas are still flooded. People lose their homes, their things, and sometimes even lives. It's heartbreaking because the money that could have helped them just end up wasted. So for me, the solution starts with the transparency and accountability. The government should be open about where our taxes go. There should be a regular updates and real monitoring from both government and the citizens. We should strengthen auditing systems and make sure that every peso is properly tracked. Kay kung kinsa man gani ang mga tao nga wala bitaw nagtinarong sa atong kwarta, wala gigasto tarong sa mga projects nga ilahang gikandak. So dapat jud sila mo atubang sa hustisya. Because corruption isn't just about stealing money, it's stealing opportunities, stealing safety and hope from the people. Now, let's move on to the substandard infrastructures like classroom buildings, roads, and bridges. This is another big issue that affects us daily. Sometimes you'll see a newly built roads na after few months lang gani kay wala na, guba na sila. Or school buildings na bago pa lang gani gibuhat pero nanay mga buak-buak, especially na sa mga kanimbongbong. Imagine the danger that poses especially to the students. Why does this happen? Well, usually it's because of the poor materials and lack of property inspection. Some contractors try to cut corners. They use kaning cheaper materials to save money, but at the cost of safety. That's really unfair to the people, especially since it's our taxes funding these projects. So I think one of the best ways to fix this is through stricter quality checks and stronger penalties for those who don't meet the standards. Government engineers and local officials should visit the sites more often, checking the quality themselves, and be honest about what they find. Also, let's empower the community to be part of the monitoring. Dapat may transparency o kaning participation. Dili lang kay puro rata ribbon cutting or pa-cute-cute, di ba? Well, next, let's talk about the higher taxes. So, among Filipino workers and consumers, I'm sure many of us feels this issue the most. So, every time we buy something, we pay taxes. Every month, workers have to deductions from the salaries, and it feels frustrating when we don't see where our hard-earned money goes. So, pait jud kayo siya. Don't get me wrong, I understand that the taxes are important. It's what funds our the funds is for our hospitals, schools, roads, and other public services. But unsay pinakasakit, when you pay all those taxes and yet you still experience the poor public services. Long line in government offices and infrastructures that easily break. Na murarag kaning makapangutana ka nga asa ka pa niyan mong mga taxes among gipang bayaran, no? So unfair jud kayo siya. So my stand is not against the taxes. It's against the unfair use of our taxes. So my suggestions is for the government to be more transparent. There should be a public reports easily accessible online showing where the tax money is going. So let's make sure na ang pondo bitaw is magamit siya sa tama. Like for example, sa healthcare, education, and job opportunities, not in the pockets of the corrupt people. As a citizen, we also have a rule. We can't just complain. We should also be aware and involved. Let's support leaders who are honest and truly working for the people. Let's use social media responsibly, not just for entertainment, but also to spread awareness and hold officials accountable. So all these issues, ghost projects, substandard infrastructures, and higher taxes may seem different but are connected by one root problem, which is the corruption and lack of accountability, which is tinuod jud. So it's been one of the biggest challenges in our country for a long time. Since nahimo naman jud siyang culture nato, but let's make change. But you know what? I believe in change is still possible. The silver lining here is that more and more Filipinos are becoming aware. We are now braver in speaking up, in demanding honesty, and in choosing a better leaders. Slowly but surely, we are learning to stand up for what's right. To our government officials, I hope they remember that leadership is not about power. It's about service. To my fellow youth, let's continue to educate ourselves, to question what's wrong, and to dream for the better nation because the future of this country lies on our hand. So yet, there may be a ghost projects, weak infrastructures, and higher taxes today, but I still choose to believe that the Philippines can rise above that as long as the Filipinos who care, who speaks up, and who do their part, there's always hope. So let's keep pushing for honesty, fairness, and accountability. Let's make sure that our voices are heard because our voices are the power. In the end, change starts with us, and together we build a stronger, better, and more honest Filipinos. So thank you for listening, and let's keep believing in a higher future for our country. Mabuhay Pilipinas!